Time tomorrow for their head coaching vacancy, even though, of course, Redick has zero coaching experience. And this after last Friday's whirlwind courtship of UConn coach Dan Hurley, which quickly resulted in Hurley saying he was staying at UConn after UConn said it would make him the nation's highest paid college basketball coach. So it has now been 6 weeks since Darvin Ham was fired. Paul Pierce, you played for the Celtics, but obviously you grew up out here in L.A. closely following these Lakers. Scale of 1 to 10. How embarrassing has all this been for the Lakers?
Hey, Skip, I'm enjoying this soap opera.
I bet you are.
The Lakers, hey, look, they can't find a coach. No. Celtics about to sweep. This is a 7.5 on the Richter scale.
Okay.
You know what the Richter scale is?
Yeah.
Have you ever been, Key, you lived in California your whole life. You know what a 7.5 earthquake might do.
We ain't never had a 7.5.
No. We had a 6, though. So you know what a 7. We had a 6. We had a 6.
5 and some change, but whatever.
No, we had a 6. But you know what that'll do? That'll flatten some buildings. But on a normal scale, this is a 10 scale. Yeah. I'm enjoying this soap opera, bro. Because the Lakers are in disarray. Celtics about to sweep. This is damn near like a tsunami out here for the Lakers. This is. I'm telling you, man. It just sounds like you can't even. You can't even give this job away right now. What's going on, Key? You can't even give this job away, Skip.
But it's not that you can't give it away.
Nobody want it. Nobody want it.
It's not that nobody don't want it. First of all,
this is the Lakers we talking about.
All the candidates are about even to a degree, except Dan Hurley was above the other candidates. This is why JJ Redick understood Pelinka and Jeannie Buss's pursuit of Dan Hurley.
He used that for leverage. He
might. At the end of the day, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Maybe he did.
Skip knew this was smelling bad. He said
maybe so.
This had a bad smell to it with Dan Hurley.
Maybe that is the case. Maybe that's the case. It looks embarrassing when you scale it out, 1 to a 10 and all that, and put it at a 10. Because the optics look a certain way.
Yeah.
Man, nobody want this job.
Eventually, they're going to hire somebody because they have to hire somebody. They have a plan in place. It's just not a plan. They got a plan in place.
What's the plan?
To hire a coach.
I mean, they don't have, to hire. Of course they need to hire a coach, but who's going to be the coach? They did with the JJ Redick. You might well put us on the list.
No, stop.
Stop. Might as well put us on the list. Hey, I'll come in and interview, man. Come on.
If JJ Redick was a target, and they had other targets that resumes were better, you have to put JJ on the back burner into such due time that you fill out whoever else is there that has experience and all those sort of things. When you say nobody wants the job, who's the nobodies? Why if I'm Jay Wright and I'm living in the East Coast and this is my life and I love college, why I don't want to coach the pros?
There's a million coaches out here that you can go talk to. You can all the top assistants in the NBA, a plethora of college coaches. Nobody will touch this.
We see that. We have a different approach to it. They not going to talk to every assistant because every assistant doesn't fit to what they want to do with an organization and their plan. The assistants say, we coming in, we want this, 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 and this. And it doesn't work.
If I'm JJ Redick, I'm asking for not only what they offered Hurley, I'm asking for more than that.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
All right, well, no,
you don't even want the job.
It's not going to happen. Well, they don't got no leverage then.
It's not going to happen.
Where the leverage at? Because if JJ, now think about this, if JJ don't take the job, where do they go from here?
Man, they can go a million different directions.
The draft is coming up.
They don't care. I don't think they draft, as far as the draft, I don't think
free agency is coming up. There's so many things. I mean, this is...
So that's why they got to find the right coach, Paul. There's nobody out there.
So they have no coach in play during draft.
No, they're trying to get one done.
Now they're in a position where they might have to rush. Man. They might have to rush at this point and make a mistake.
They done all their due diligence, dog. I understand that you're a Celtic and you have a certain hatred toward the Lakers and things. I'm just trying
This is just all facts. This is facts. They don't have a coach. Nobody wants the job.
See, you keep saying nobody wants the job. That's not true.
Well, they going after guys with no coaching experience.
That's because that's what they've identified they like to move forward. Borrego has coaching experience.
But this is the Lakers, though. This is not no.
You keep saying this.
LA.
Who is available?
Think about the franchises. I don't know no other franchise. I mean, I would expect this from, like, Memphis. I would expect this from, like...
I can't stand you because you ain't listening.
For them to hire a coach with no coaching experience, we just going off...
They're hiring something, if in fact they hire him. I don't even know they're interviewing him, but I don't know if they're hiring him or what. They're looking at him because they see something in him that they like. They told him, sit tight. We got something cooking with Dan Hurley.
Don't go
We'll
off.
get back to you. That's what they told him.
Okay. All right. Keyshawn, think about how mind-boggling this whole timeline has been. You fire a coach who had gotten you to the Western Conference Finals, who had you in position to win games
They
one
fired a
and
coach that
two.
won a championship.
Okay. He won. You mean the in-season?
Vogel.
Yeah.
That's who they
Well,
fired.
but I mean, they won the in-season this year with Darvin.
Dorringham.
Okay.
2 coaches that's won championships they didn't fire.
But the
But
point
that's
is,
a different conversation, though.
all right, but look, the issue is, as Rachel Nichols also pointed out, you didn't even have a plan in place. If you're going to fire Darvin, you have to have an idea of where you're going to head quickly, because organizations that are on top of it will come back within 2 or 3 days and announce that so-and-so has been hired, and we present so-and-so to the media
I give
because
you
you've
that.
got a plan in place.
I give you that.
You know where you are headed
I give you
because
that.
you are the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Now it feels like somewhere Dr. Bussage spinning in his grave because he's saying, what, Jeannie, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
Where are
This
you
is-
heading?
But you act like this
Okay.
is out of the norm. This is their practice every time they hire a coach.
Yeah,
they
I
never
got it.
hire in the first wave or the second wave. They don't just do that.
Okay, but
It
we've
takes a
had
minute.
such weird waves because JJ was on the front burner for the longest, but your source is telling you, no, it's not going to happen. And I'm buying. I understand. I got it.
They didn't give him an offer. They gave the other guy an offer.
I know. You cannot tell me that Dan Hurley didn't through intermediaries. He didn't make them suddenly
Well, that
aware.
may-
I'm
that may be-
interested.
That may be the case.
Yeah.
That may be the
because
case.
it came bolt out of the blue.
That may be the
and it's
case.
the big Woj bomb, and I'm like, what?
That may be the
and
case.
he flies out here for 1 day, and he flies right back to New York to go to a Billy Joel concert because I got it. I got a New York T-shirt on. Okay. I'm sorry, he took you to school. It's
took
like
the Lakers.
UConn. He UConned you, right? Okay.
The UConn stepped up.
Yeah.
We didn't step up economically.
Okay,
If we
because-
would have just said to him, we got
I understand.
85-90 for you.
I know,
it's a
but
different conversation.
But you were talking about going above Steve Kerr money, like at 17.5. If you got 18 a year, he might have thought about 18 a year. But wait a second. No college coach has ever transitioned and won a championship in pro basketball. So Jeannie and Rob have to be saying, wait a second, are we sure he's going to work? He's really good at what he does in college basketball, but are you sure
Right.
that sideline maniac is going to work for us? He's in total control at UConn. He's going to have no control here because LeBron's going to mostly control what's going on inside the locker room. And Jeannie's saying, wait, we have to go this high. We can go to 11 or 12, but we can't go to 18 for him. What if he busts? What if it doesn't work? So you put yourself in a really awkward position, and now you're back to JJ. And I'm saying, you're kidding. What are you doing? Because your first sources or your primary sources telling you they weren't that hot on JJ, or he would have been done. We're 6 weeks into this, and nobody moved on JJ, even though all the betting odds were that JJ was by far the favorite. Even though Shams was reporting, I'm going back 10 days ago, that they have, this is the quote, zeroed in on JJ Redick. Well, now they're back to putting him on the front burner because I guess they brought in James Borrego twice to interview him. And he's a really good coach, but he's not a Lakers-style coach because he has no pizzazz to him. There's no marquee value because nobody even knows really who he is. He coached under Pop, and then he coached briefly in Charlotte, as everybody coaches briefly in Charlotte because it never works, right? And yet, all of a sudden, he's the odds-on favorite to be hired by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so I guess you looked hard at him and said, no, not for us. And